Whoa, Nadaria! No, it's not. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved with me, Pommy Gamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day, and today I thought it was about time that we added a new water dino to our dino family. That's right, we're going to be going out in search of the new Basilosaurus. Now, if you remember from the last episode, we tamed up our Baryonyx Gyro to help us achieve this, and that's because the Basilosaurus are somewhat of messy eaters, so they have a lot of predators including Manta and Megalodon following them around trying to get scraps of food. So Gyro is going to help us dispose of those predators because, as you might remember from the last episode, the Baryonyx has a unique spin attack which is able to stun any underwater dinos that come in contact with it. So this is going to make it really easy for us to dispose of those predators and then do the passive tame on the Basilosaurus. So let's kick off by learning the saddle engram. So if we go to our engrams list, we search Basilosaurus, you can see here requires 30 engram points to be learnt. It can only be crafted in the smithy. So let's learn that. Now if we head over to our smithy here, see if we've got all of the stuff inside. Saddles. Okay, looks like we do. That's awesome. So it costs 200 hide, 55 metal ingots, and 250 fibre. So it's pretty cheap. So let's craft one of those up. See how much points we get. So we're currently on 940. There we go. So, I know it was at least 100. So it's pretty good going. And now, as always, I like to paint my saddles, so let's just quickly hop into our building supplies and we'll get our green and black, and let's take a look at this. That's pretty cool looking actually as far as saddles go. There's a lot of reins there. Yep, I like that already. Yep, I like that already. And that. We'll skip the bolts. That we might do black. And we'll do that part black as well, so that's pretty good going. And as you'll see here, I've already got scuba gear on me, so we should all be good to go. So let's head up and find Gyro, who is up by our farm. Now I do have some sad news to report because the Basilosaurus requires Therizino kibble to tame, and we don't have any of that. Their second preferred food is unfortunately raw mutton, so we're going to have to slaughter one of our sheep, which is quite sad. I probably shouldn't name them because I end up getting attached to dinos that I name, but that's just the way it goes. This is why we have our sheep. So if we enter our pen here, now I had a quick look earlier at the levels. Barbarossa is the lowest level, but I want to keep her because she is a black sheep and they're pretty hard to find. Barbara Streisand is obviously our highest level female. Rambo is our only male, so we won't be slaughtering him. So I'm sorry, Barbara Windsor, I know you're a British treasure, but we're going to have to slaughter you. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to unclaim. And we're going to shoot you in the face a couple of times. There we go. Oh, it's so sad. Right, we'll get out our pick and we start harvesting. Christ, they give a lot of mutton. That's probably more than I need. I think for the Basilosaurus you're probably only going to need, at least on our server settings, no more than 10. Possibly 20 at a push. So we've got Gyro here, and I bet you, yeah, that's all in my inventory, and it has spoil timers. So what I'm going to quickly do, let's just take Gyro down, and we'll do the old drop off and dismount before we land so he doesn't take any damage. I want to go and put some of this in our fridge, just in case finding one of these Basilosauruses proves to be quite hard. I did do a little bit of a scout earlier, and There are some around my base, but there's also a couple over near the southern islets, so we're probably going to go over that way and see if we've got any over there first, and then at least that way we can preserve the rest of this mutton in our fridges. I'm just going to try and fill as many of these as possible. Right, there we go. Some of that. Yep, I really don't mind about the labelling at the moment. Just want to try and preserve as much of this as possible. That's that full, and we've still got tons left. Stick some in here as well. So that's all the slots taken care of. We got a lot of pelt off of that kill as well. So, oh no, there we go. Just massive lag. Right, so let's quickly throw pelt. Just throw that in there. Hide we'll throw in there. So we should be good to go. Right, so let's get onto Gyro. Unfortunately, we do have a Stargate down at the southern islet, so it'll be pretty quick for us to travel there. So come along for the ride. Of course, it would be foggy the moment I want to do this, but we'll just have to deal with it together. I really do wish there was a way to turn off the fog. It's just such an annoying mechanic for PvE. It doesn't serve any purpose. For PvP it does, but not for the kind of gameplay that we do. So let's come down to our underwater gate here, and we're going to go to the southern islets. And there we go, wait for the world to render in. Okie doke, so let's get our scuba gear on. And let's head down to where I saw one of these Basilosaurus floating around. I do believe it was just down this end, so if we act quickly, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Ah, there it is. And what level are you? Oh, 96, that's pretty good going. So you can see there's tons of manta floating around. So what I'm going to try and do is just get the aggro of the manta off of this thing. So we're literally just going to swim right up to all of them and let them all start to chase us like this. We've got all of them, there we go. Right. And spin attack. Spin attack. And spin attack. Right, we'll bank around and we'll start chomping on these guys. Megalodon coming in for a kill as well. The more quickly we can dispose of all of these guys, the better. There's a lot of Megalodon actually. Come on, Gyro, you got this. Oh, and his weight is a bit too much at the moment. So we're just going to drop all of that stuff there. Wow, there's tons of Megalodon. Unfortunately, our Basilosaurus isn't running away or anything like that, so we should be able to dispose of all of these guys. Now the good news is the timers in between for using the mutton is a lot shorter than it is when using the kibble, because obviously the mutton spoils a hell of a lot quicker than the kibble. So I believe it's 8 seconds in between feeds for the mutton. There's so many predators here. Come on. Just got to dispose of all of you. That's a level 100 Megalodon there. Well, we're not interested in taming you today, mate, unfortunately. Come on. Get the kill before he runs. There we go. Right, we need to drop all of those as well. Alright, that should be most of the predators taken care of in the area. So, if we come down here and get some mutton into slot 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to whistle passive and get Gyro to follow me. So we should be able to just swim up to this guy. Press E to feed. So you see there, that's the messy eating nature of the Basilosaurus. If there's any predators around, they will be attracted to that. So we're just going to try and keep pace with this guy, because he should need feeding again quite soon. Whoa! Cnidaria! No, it's not. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is the new eels. Where did they come from? Oh no! And we're back, guys, and as you can see, I've just respawned, grabbed some food and a little wing because time is of the essence. I'm really hoping we can find Gyro because I haven't yet had a kill message. But I'm not seeing her anywhere. Where has she gone? Come on, girl, where are you? You've got to be... There you are. Can I grab you? Please let me grab you. Yes! Oh! I'm so happy. Oh my god. That is such a relief. I mean, it sucks that we lost all of our gear, but we have all of the blueprints back at base to recraft all of that stuff. I was just more concerned about losing Gyro, because we've only had her one episode, and we desperately need her in order to tame this Basilosaurus. Those Electrophorus, those eels are just... wow, they're OP against players. I guess their purpose is really, if you tame a whole group of them like that, you can take down any of the titans of the ocean. Whew, super relief, but we've got to keep our wits about us because we don't want to get crept up on like that again. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get back to base. I'm going to recraft all of the stuff we're going to need. Probably not going to be taking out the things we can't use, like the long net rifle. Fortunately, we still have all of that mutton that we put in our fridges as well, so let's get reset, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to go out and try and do this tame once again. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and as you can see, there's a lot of death and destruction around me. I've just wiped out all of the predators in this area. I'm actually just near my island. It's just there behind me. I did go back over to the southern islets in search of that level 96 Basilosaurus, but I'm not really sure what happened to him. Either those eels finished him off, or maybe he just kind of got the heck out of there. If he did, I don't really blame him, but either way, I can't find him, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really want to do the tame in that area. That scared the crap out of me when those eels came out of absolutely nowhere. I just want to see what these fish are on the horizon, just to make sure we're not going to run into any more over here. To be fair, I haven't seen any eels over at my base, so this may be the best place to do it. But as you'll see in front of me, there is a Basilosaurus, and now that we've got rid of all of the manta, we can tame this one. This one is a level 76 female, so 20 levels difference between this one and the one we were originally going to tame. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I would much rather just be safe and be able to deal with this on my own turf, as it were. So I'm going to hop off Gyro and get him on a follow. I don't think there's anything else around me. I'm just going to be doubly careful now when I'm approaching this thing. So I've got my mutton down in slot 1, or slot 0 rather. So there we go, that's the first feed. Let's just make sure that hasn't aggroed anything. So far so good, he said gamely. Okay. So I've got some manta over there. Okay, it's not hungry yet. So as you can see, that did do a pretty quick amount on the tame bar. It should only take maybe, I would say 5 of these, possibly 6, to get it tamed up. Now they do normally take a little while to feed again after their initial feed, but according to the Dodo Dex calculator, it should only take 8 seconds between each feed on the mutton, and I'm guessing that's because it spoils more quickly. So when this girl is hungry again, we should hopefully be able to get that tame going a lot quicker. Just keeping my wits about me because I'm aware there's all these corpses here, and the manta do like to come in and feast on them like vultures. Nope, still not hungry, okay. And there we go! We've tamed a Basilosaurus. Ah, that's super cool. Right, come this way, girl. We're going to have to make you up another saddle because we lost the last one. But let's try and get it back to base. Hopefully, if you come here, Gyro, we can lead the way. We'll try and just guide this girl in. Oh, I can't wait to check her out. So in the end, it only took, I think it was 4 mutton, possibly 5. Fortunately, we did have that spare stuff in the refrigerators, so it kept well, and that was the other advantage to doing the tame over here. It didn't mean I had to run all the way back to base from the southern islets. I was able to do the tame over here. So let's get her into our water pen so that she is nice and safe, and then we can equip this saddle to her to see what this girl can do. And we're back, guys, and I got our Basilosaurus back to base safe and sound. I thought I'd wait until it was daytime before we ran down the stats together, because she does look pretty impressive during the day. I really like the look of the Basilosaurus. They're kind of like a stretched out ichthyosaur, really. They kind of got this really happy face, and the colours on her are pretty cool as well. Now we do need to actually name her, so I was trying to think of some names whilst I was making up her saddle, and given that we're going with a kind of gods and goddesses theme from mythology, I thought I'd call this one Osiris, which I do realise is traditionally viewed as a male deity, but in the Stargate SG-1 series, Osiris is actually a woman from the gold, or at least she takes the host body of a woman. So Osiris it is, and she is now level 115. She gained levels quite quickly. So let's just take a look at her stats real quick. So out the gate, 15,000 health, 720 stamina, food, no one cares, weight's 938, melee damage 224.3, and a movement speed of 100%. So let's see how many points we get for health. Wow, okay, that was 700, so decent amount of health. I definitely think she's going to act like a tank. So that's going to be pretty useful for us. So I want to try and pump her health above 20,000, and then I might put the rest into melee damage. It also looks like she produces oil as a byproduct of just sort of being in the world, which is amazing because I always need oil. So we're going to grab that off her. Interestingly, it looks like this oil has a spoil timer. I'm not really sure why that is. Hopefully we can preserve it in the refrigerator, so we'll have to check that out a little bit later. But let's get her equipped with her saddle now so we can take a better look at her. Ha ha ha. It's looking mighty fine, Osiris. Okay, so if we get on her, we can kind of see what she looks like with us riding. It looks like down in the lower left there, we can see that we're also getting what I can only describe as a defense buff applied to us, which is pretty handy. So I guess it means she's going to take a lot of hits and regenerate health very quickly. So her left click attack is this. It's kind of just like a chomp, which is pretty cool. Now I do hear she has a unique right click animation, so let's see what that is. Oh, that is brilliant. How cool is that? She jumps out of the water, and she does have a blowhole, which she uses to spray a little rainbow for us. That's so cool. That is amazing. Right, now let's take her out and see what this girl is like. So she's actually pretty quick as far as things go. She is moving up and down quite a lot, but I guess that's less annoying than the Mosasaurus moving side to side. So if we take her outside here and what we'll do is we'll just hop off and we'll close these gates ever so quickly. Now the really cool thing about the Basilosaurus is that they are completely impervious to the Nadaria shock, as well as those eels that we got killed by earlier. She's completely impervious to that, and she's also impervious to the grab by the Tusoteuthis, the giant squid kraken. So if we wait for these Nadaria to come and try and shock us, you can see there, we're not thrown from our mount. She's not taking any torpor, and more importantly, she's not taking any damage. So now we can kill these guys and we can harvest up that biotoxin. So that's going to be really, really useful for us. It makes it 10 times safer for us to go and harvest up all of the biotoxin that we need. Let's see if we can find a Megalodon for us to fight, because I want to see how well she does in battle. There's normally some hanging around this side of the bay, and speak of the devil, there's one. Do you want to take us on, big boy? Okay, yeah. Fighting is definitely not her strong suit. I think I might be here a while if I try to kill these. She is damaging them, it's just the hitbox on her is really, really difficult, and she has a very, very poor turning radius, so just trying to get in on a particular target is quite difficult. But you can see there, she's barely taking any damage whatsoever. Well, she's certainly healing a lot quicker. Oh, we killed an Ichthyosaur, sorry Ichthy. Let's see if we can get that one. And that's that Megalodon down. See if we can get in on this one as well. And there we go. So that's pretty cool. So she is quite low on stamina, so let's just surface real quickly. And we'll apply some more of those levels. Do you want to do your... Oh, that is never going to get old. Right, let's pump some more HPs, I think. So it sounds like she's got a couple of levels. Is that 4 levels? 5 levels? 6 levels? There we go, we're over 20,000 now. That's exactly what we wanted. So, Osiris, pretty cool and definitely worth the tame. Now, there is one thing you guys should know about the Basilosaurus. They do have a kind of maximum depth they can swim to. If you go past that maximum depth, they will start taking 100 damage per second, which on a 20,000 health ball isn't a lot, but you could run into trouble pretty quickly. So you're going to want to surface as soon as possible. Now, the 2 water caves, or at least the entrance to the 2 water caves, the Cavern of Lost Hope and the Cavern of Lost Faith, both of their entrances are below the comfortable max depth of the Basilosaurus. So you will, if you want to use these to go into those caves, you will have to go past that and take damage. But once you're into the actual cave itself, from what I hear, you can surface to a level in which they're not taking any damage. So this girl is going to be particularly useful, seeing as in the coming episodes we plan on taking on the Cavern of Lost Hope and the Cavern of Lost Faith, so that we can get the last 2 remaining artifacts on the island. Well, that's gonna be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Ark Survival Evolved videos. Until the next time, guys, keep calm and level up.